Welcome to Motivation Land, where inspiring tales unfold and hearts are uplifted. Today, we embark on a journey of compassion and action in finding hope. Join us as we delve into the remarkable story of resilience, hope, and the power of community. Through the lens of compassion, we'll witness the transformative journey of individuals who dare to make a difference, proving that even in the face of adversity, kindness knows no bounds. Get ready to be inspired, motivated, and moved as we explore the profound impact of compassion in finding hope, a journey of compassion and action.
In a quaint village nestled among rolling hills, there lived a young girl named Amina. Her days were filled with the laughter of friends, the warmth of family, and the vibrant colors of her homeland. Amina's life was simple but rich, her dreams as boundless as the endless skies above. As the sun rose each morning, Amina would join her parents in the fields, their hands working the earth with care and reverence. Together, they tended to the crops that sustained their village, their labor a testament to the resilience of their community. But beneath the idyllic surface of Amina's world lurked shadows of unrest. Whispers of conflict swept through the village like a chilling breeze, casting a pall over their once peaceful existence. The distant rumble of artillery echoed in the hills, a grim reminder of the turmoil brewing beyond their borders. One fateful day, the tranquility of Amina's village was shattered by the arrival of armed soldiers. With menacing eyes and harsh commands, they descended upon the unsuspecting inhabitants, leaving destruction and despair in their wake. Homes were ransacked, families torn apart, and dreams shattered like fragile glass. Amid the chaos, Amina clung to her parents, their fear mirroring her own. But as the violence escalated, they knew they could no longer stay. With heavy hearts and tear-filled eyes, they made the agonizing decision to flee their beloved homeland, leaving behind everything they had ever known. And so, with only the clothes on their backs and the memories of their once peaceful life, Amina and her family embarked on a journey into the unknown. Their homeland lost to the ravages of war, they were thrust into a world of uncertainty and danger, their only hope for survival lying in the promise of a better tomorrow. As night descended like a heavy shroud over the land, Amina and her family stole away from their village, their footsteps muffled by the eerie silence of the night. With each passing moment, the darkness seemed to deepen, enveloping them in a cloak of fear and uncertainty. They journeyed through the dense forest, their hearts pounding with every rustle of the leaves and snap of a twig. The air was thick with tension, each breath a struggle against the suffocating weight of their fear. Yet they pressed on, driven by the desperate hope of reaching safety. The path ahead was treacherous, fraught with danger at every turn. They navigated steep ravines and treacherous cliffs, their bodies pushed to the brink of exhaustion by the relentless pace of their flight. But still, they forged ahead, fueled by the primal instinct for survival. As dawn broke on the horizon, Amina and her family found themselves on the outskirts of the forest, their weary bodies collapsing onto the cold, unforgiving ground. They dared not rest for long, knowing that their pursuers could be close behind. With renewed determination, they pushed onward, their journey taking them across barren deserts and rugged mountains. They faced sweltering heat and biting cold, their bodies battered and bruised by the unforgiving terrain. Yet they refused to surrender to despair, clinging to the flickering ember of hope that burned within their hearts. At long last, after days of relentless pursuit and harrowing escape, Amina and her family reached the safety of a refugee camp. Though their journey had been perilous and fraught with danger, they had emerged victorious, their spirits unbroken by the trials they had faced. As they gazed upon the rows of makeshift tents that stretched out before them, Amina felt a glimmer of hope ignite within her soul. Despite the hardships that lay ahead, she knew that they had survived the darkest of nights and emerged into the light of a new day. And with that knowledge, she found the strength to face whatever challenges lay ahead, knowing that their journey was far from over. The refugee camp loomed before Amina and her family like a sprawling labyrinth of despair and uncertainty. Rows of makeshift tents stretched out in every direction, their tattered fabric billowing in the harsh desert wind. It was a stark reminder of the fragile existence they now faced. As they entered the camp, Amina's senses were assaulted by the cacophony of voices, the cries of children, and the restless shuffling of weary feet. The air was thick with the scent of sweat and desperation, a tangible reminder of the suffering that permeated every corner of their new home. They were assigned a small tent on the outskirts of the camp, its flimsy walls offering little protection from the harsh elements. Amina's heart ached as she watched her parents struggle to make it feel like home, their hands trembling with exhaustion and grief. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, as Amina and her family settled into their new life in the refugee camp. They queued for rations of meager food and water, their stomachs a constant reminder of the hunger that gnawed at their insides. Nights were spent huddled together for warmth, their dreams haunted by the specter of their lost homeland. Despite the hardships they faced, Amina found solace in the small moments of joy that punctuated their daily lives. She formed friendships with other children in the camp, their laughter a balm to her wounded soul. Together, they played games of make-believe and shared stories of hope and resilience, finding comfort in each other's company. But beneath the facade of camaraderie, Amina sensed the undercurrent of despair that ran through the camp. Families torn apart by conflict and loss, their futures hanging in limbo as they waited for news of loved ones left behind. It was a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the uncertainty that loomed over their collective existence. As the days stretched into months, Amina clung to the flickering ember of hope that burned within her heart. She knew that their journey was far from over, but she refused to surrender to despair. With each passing day, she found strength in the knowledge that they were not alone, that they were part of a community bound together by the shared struggle for survival. And so, as the sun set on another day in the refugee camp, Amina closed her eyes and whispered a silent prayer for the future. Though the shadows of uncertainty loomed large, she refused to let them consume her. For she knew that even in the darkest of times, there was still hope to be found. As the days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, Amina couldn't shake the feeling of displacement that lingered in her heart. Despite the semblance of routine in the refugee camp, she longed for the familiarity of her homeland, the laughter of friends, and the comforting embrace of family. With each passing day, the memories of her former life grew more distant, obscured by the harsh realities of their new existence. Gone were the days of tending to crops in the fields, of laughter echoing through the village square, of dreams and aspirations that once seemed within reach. Instead, Amina found herself grappling with the harsh truth of their displacement. Dreams once held dear now lay shattered at her feet, their fragments scattered to the winds of war and conflict. The future that once seemed so promising now felt like a distant mirage, forever out of reach. In the quiet moments of solitude, Amina would often find herself lost in thought, reflecting on the dreams and aspirations that had guided her before the upheaval of war. She would close her eyes and picture the fields of her homeland, alive with the vibrant colors of life and possibility. But each time she opened her eyes, she was met with the harsh reality of their new surroundings. Yet, even in the face of adversity, Amina refused to surrender to despair. She clung to the flickering ember of hope that burned within her heart, a beacon of light in the darkness of uncertainty. For she knew that dreams deferred were not dreams lost, but rather dreams waiting to be rediscovered. And so, as the days stretched into years, Amina found solace in the knowledge that their journey was far from over. Though the road ahead was fraught with challenges and uncertainty, she refused to let go of the dreams that had sustained her through the darkest of times. For she knew that even in the midst of hardship, there was still hope to be found, and that with perseverance and resilience, they would find their way to a better tomorrow. Amid the bleakness of their surroundings, a glimmer of hope emerged on the horizon for Amina and her family. It came in the form of a humanitarian organization that had set up a small outpost in the refugee camp, offering assistance and support to those in need. Amina's heart swelled with gratitude as she watched the volunteers at work, their tireless efforts a beacon of light in the darkness of their existence. They distributed food, water, and medical supplies to the refugees, providing a lifeline to those struggling to survive. But it was not just the material aid that brought hope to Amina's heart, it was the kindness and compassion with which it was offered. The volunteers treated them not as charity cases, but as fellow human beings deserving of dignity and respect. It was a stark reminder that even in the midst of despair, there were still people who cared. Inspired by the selfless acts of kindness she witnessed, Amina found renewed strength and determination within herself. She volunteered at the outpost, helping to distribute aid to her fellow refugees and offering a comforting word or a listening ear to those in need. It was a small gesture, but one that filled her heart with a sense of purpose and fulfillment. As she worked alongside the volunteers, Amina began to see glimmers of hope amidst the darkness that had enveloped their lives. She saw families reunited, children laughing, and communities coming together in solidarity. It was a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, and a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there was still hope to be found. And so, as the days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, Amina held onto the hope that had taken root in her heart. She knew that their journey was far from over, but she faced the future with renewed courage and determination. For she had seen firsthand the power of kindness and compassion to illuminate even the darkest of nights, and she knew that as long as they held on to hope, anything was possible. As the months passed, whispers of opportunity began to stir within the refugee camp. Rumors spread of a resettlement program offering refugees the chance for a new life in a distant land, a land where peace and prosperity awaited those brave enough to seize it. Amina's heart swelled with anticipation at the prospect of a fresh start, far from the shadows of conflict and uncertainty that had haunted their every step. She clung to the hope that this new land would offer her family the chance to rebuild their lives and pursue their dreams once more. With bated breath, Amina and her family awaited news of their fate. Days turned into weeks and still, they heard nothing. But just when hope began to wane, a letter arrived, bearing news that would change their lives forever. They had been chosen for resettlement in a distant land, a land of opportunity and promise, where they would have the chance to start anew. Amina's heart soared with joy at the news, her dreams of a better life suddenly within reach. Preparations for the journey began in earnest, as Amina and her family gathered their meager belongings and bid farewell to the makeshift tents that had been their home for so long. They embarked on a journey into the unknown, their hearts brimming with hope for the future. The journey was long and arduous, filled with challenges and obstacles at every turn. But with each passing mile, Amina felt a sense of anticipation building within her, a sense of excitement for the adventures that lay ahead. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, they arrived at their destination, a land of endless possibilities, stretching out before them like a vast ocean of opportunity. Amina's heart swelled with gratitude as she looked around at their new surroundings, her eyes shining with tears of joy. Their journey to new beginnings had begun, and Amina knew that whatever challenges lay ahead, they would face them together, with hope in their hearts and determination in their souls. For they had embarked on a journey of transformation, a journey that would lead them to a brighter tomorrow. Arriving in their new land, Amina and her family were greeted with warmth and kindness by their new community. They were provided with temporary housing and support as they began the process of rebuilding their lives. With determination and resilience, Amina's family set out to find employment and secure a stable future. Despite the language barriers and cultural differences, they persevered, embracing every opportunity that came their way. Amina found work at a local market, her warm smile and friendly demeanor endearing her to customers and co-workers alike. Her parents found employment in construction and agriculture, their hard work and dedication earning them the respect of their peers. As they settled into their new routine, Amina and her family began to form connections with their neighbors and fellow immigrants. They shared stories of their homeland, their struggles, and their dreams for the future, finding solace in the shared experience of building a new life in a foreign land. Despite the challenges they faced, Amina's family remained steadfast in their determination to succeed. They saved every penny they could, dreaming of one day owning their own home and providing a better future for their children. As the years passed, Amina's family flourished in their new home. They became active members of their community, volunteering their time and resources to help those in need. They celebrated their successes and supported each other through the inevitable setbacks, their bond growing stronger with each passing day. Through hard work, perseverance, and the unwavering support of their new community, Amina's family built a life filled with hope, opportunity, and love. Though their journey had been long and fraught with challenges, they had emerged victorious, their spirits unbroken by the trials they had faced. As they looked back on their journey from the darkness of displacement to the light of a new beginning, Amina and her family knew that they were truly blessed, for they had found a place to call home, a community to belong to, and a future filled with endless possibilities. And with grateful hearts, they embraced each new day, knowing that the best was yet to come. With each passing day, Amina and her family embraced the endless possibilities that their new life offered. They reveled in the freedom to pursue their dreams and aspirations, unburdened by the shadows of conflict and uncertainty that had once plagued their existence. Amina's parents, fueled by their unwavering determination, enrolled in night classes to learn the language of their new land. They were determined to overcome the barriers that had held them back, eager to embrace the opportunities that lay ahead. Meanwhile, Amina flourished in her studies, her passion for learning fueled by the endless curiosity and enthusiasm that had always defined her. She threw herself into her studies, immersing herself in the rich tapestry of knowledge and discovery that her new school offered. As Amina delved deeper into her studies, she discovered a love for science and mathematics that ignited her imagination and fueled her ambition. She dreamed of one day becoming an engineer, using her skills and knowledge to build a better world for future generations. But Amina's ambitions extended beyond the confines of the classroom. Inspired by the kindness and generosity she had experienced firsthand, she sought out opportunities to give back to her community, volunteering her time and talents to help those in need. Together, Amina and her family became beacons of hope and inspiration in their new community, their resilience and determination serving as a testament to the power of the human spirit. They embraced each new challenge with courage and optimism, knowing that they were capable of overcoming anything that stood in their way. As they looked to the future with hope and anticipation, Amina and her family knew that their journey was far from over. They had faced adversity with grace and resilience, emerging stronger and more united than ever before. And with each new day, they embraced the endless possibilities that lay ahead, knowing that the best was yet to come. As the years passed, Amina and her family found themselves rooted in their new community, their bonds growing stronger with each passing day. They had built a life filled with love, laughter, and purpose, embracing their new home with open hearts and open minds. Their small apartment had transformed into a sanctuary, a place of warmth and comfort where memories were made and dreams were born. Amina's parents had fulfilled their lifelong dream of owning their own home, their hard work and perseverance paying off in ways they had never imagined. Amina had graduated from university with honors, her passion for engineering fueling her ambition to make a difference in the world. She had secured a job at a prestigious engineering firm, where she worked tirelessly to design and innovate solutions to some of society's most pressing challenges. But amidst the hustle and bustle of their busy lives, Amina and her family never forgot the journey that had brought them to where they were today. They remained deeply connected to their roots, volunteering their time and resources to support refugees and immigrants in their community. They opened their home to those in need, offering shelter, support, and a sense of belonging to those who had fled conflict and persecution in search of a better life, and in doing so, they found fulfillment and purpose in helping others find their place in the world. As they looked back on their journey from the darkness of displacement to the light of a new beginning, Amina and her family knew that they had found their true home. It was not just the four walls that surrounded them, but the love, laughter, and sense of belonging that filled their hearts each and every day. And as they embraced each new day with gratitude and optimism, they knew that their journey was far from over, for they had found home not just in a place but in each other, and with hearts full of hope and love, they looked to the future with anticipation, knowing that the best was yet to come. With their lives firmly established in their new home, Amina and her family felt a deep sense of gratitude for all they had been given. They knew that they had not reached this point alone, that they had been supported and uplifted by the kindness and generosity of others along the way. Determined to pay it forward, Amina and her family sought out opportunities to give back to their community in meaningful ways. They volunteered at local shelters, served meals to the homeless, and organized clothing drives for those in need. But their efforts did not stop there. Amina and her family became advocates for refugee and immigrant rights, speaking out against injustice and discrimination wherever they found it. they lent their voices to the chorus of those fighting for a more inclusive and compassionate society, determined to make a difference in the lives of others. Through their tireless advocacy and activism, Amina and her family became pillars of their community, admired and respected for their unwavering commitment to social justice and equality. They inspired others to join them in their quest for a better world, spreading hope and positivity wherever they went. And as they looked back on their journey from the darkness of displacement to the light of a new beginning, they knew that every obstacle they had overcome, every challenge they had faced, had led them to this moment. They had found their purpose in helping others, in making the world a better place for all who called it home. As they embraced each new day with passion and determination, Amina and her family knew that their journey was far from over, for they had discovered the true meaning of life not in the pursuit of wealth or power, but in the simple act of helping others and making a difference in the world. And with hearts full of gratitude and love, they looked to the future with hope and optimism, knowing that as long as they continued to pay it forward, the best was yet to come. As the years passed, Amina and her family's legacy of hope continued to grow, spreading far beyond the confines of their own community. Their tireless efforts to advocate for refugee and immigrant rights had made a significant impact, inspiring others to join their cause and work towards a more just and inclusive society. Amina had risen to prominence in her field, using her platform as an engineer to champion sustainable solutions to global challenges such as climate change and access to clean water. Her groundbreaking work had earned her recognition and acclaim, but more importantly, it had made a tangible difference in the lives of countless people around the world. Meanwhile, Amina's parents had become respected elders in their community, admired for their wisdom, compassion, and unwavering commitment to social justice. They had dedicated their lives to serving others, using their experiences as refugees to advocate for policies that would provide support and assistance to those in need. Together, Amina and her family had created a legacy of hope, a legacy built on the belief that every individual, regardless of their background or circumstances, deserved the opportunity to build a better life for themselves and their families. They had shown that even in the darkest of times, there was still light to be found, and that by working together we could create a brighter, more compassionate world for all. As they looked back on their journey from the darkness of displacement to the light of a new beginning, Amina and her family knew that they had achieved something truly remarkable. They had turned tragedy into triumph, despair into hope, and had left an indelible mark on the world that would endure for generations to come. And as they embraced each new day with gratitude and optimism, they knew that their journey was far from over, for they had discovered the true power of hope, the power to transform lives, inspire change, and create a better future for all. And with hearts full of hope and love, they looked to the future with anticipation, knowing that the best was yet to come. As Amina and her family reflected on their journey, they realized that their legacy of hope was not something to be kept for themselves alone. It was a torch to be passed on to future generations. With this in mind, they began to mentor and inspire young refugees and immigrants, sharing their stories and teachings to empower others to overcome adversity and achieve their dreams. They established community programs and scholarships to support the education and development of young people, providing them with the tools and resources they needed to succeed in life. Through these initiatives, they hoped to instill in others the same sense of resilience, determination, and compassion that had guided them on their own journey. Amina, in particular, took on a leadership role in mentoring young women in STEM fields, encouraging them to pursue their passions and break down barriers in traditionally male-dominated industries. She shared her own experiences and challenges, offering guidance and support to help them navigate the complexities of academia and the workplace. Meanwhile, Amina's parents continued their advocacy work, speaking out on behalf of refugees and immigrants at local and international forums. They lobbied policymakers and organizations to enact policies and initiatives that would provide support and assistance to those seeking refuge and opportunity in new lands. As they worked tirelessly to pass the torch of hope to future generations, Amina and her family found renewed purpose and fulfillment in their mission. They knew that their journey had not been in vain, that every obstacle they had overcome, every challenge they had faced, had led them to this moment. And as they looked to the future with hope and optimism, they knew that their legacy would endure long after they were gone. For they had sown the seeds of hope in the hearts of countless individuals, inspiring them to believe in the power of resilience, determination, and compassion to create a better world for all. And with hearts full of gratitude and love, they embraced each new day with anticipation, knowing that the best was yet to come. As Amina and her family continued to sow seeds of hope in their community, they witnessed a beautiful phenomenon unfolding: the circle of hope. The individuals they had mentored and inspired began to pay it forward, sharing their knowledge, experiences, and compassion with others in need. Young refugees and immigrants who had once felt lost and alone now found themselves surrounded by a network of support and encouragement, empowered to pursue their dreams and overcome the obstacles in their path. They, in turn, reached out to others, extending a helping hand to those who were just beginning their journey to a better life. The ripple effects of Amina and her family's actions spread far and wide, touching the lives of countless individuals and communities around the world. From the smallest acts of kindness to the most ambitious initiatives, each gesture of hope contributed to a greater sense of unity, compassion, and resilience. As they witnessed the impact of their efforts, Amina and her family felt a profound sense of gratitude and humility. They realized that they were but one link in a chain of hope, a chain that stretched across continents and cultures, connecting people from all walks of life in a shared mission of compassion and solidarity. And as they looked out at the world around them, they saw the beauty of the human spirit shining brightly in the darkest of times. They saw refugees and immigrants building new lives for themselves and their families, overcoming adversity with grace and resilience. They saw communities coming together to support one another, united by a common humanity that transcended borders and boundaries. In the end, Amina and her family knew that their journey had been about so much more than just their own survival and success. It had been about building a brighter, more hopeful future for all. And as they embraced each new day with gratitude and love, they knew that the circle of hope would continue to grow and flourish, lighting the way for generations to come. As the sun set on their journey, Amina and her family found themselves filled with a profound sense of peace and contentment. They had come so far, overcome so much, and yet their journey was far from over. For every ending was also a new beginning, a chance to start afresh, to embrace new opportunities, and to continue the legacy of hope that they had worked so hard to build. With hearts full of gratitude and love, Amina and her family looked out at the world around them, knowing that they had played a small but meaningful part in making it a better place. They had faced adversity with courage and resilience, stood up for what they believed in, and inspired others to do the same. And as they looked to the future with hope and optimism, they knew that their journey would live on in the hearts and minds of those they had touched along the way. For the true measure of a life well lived was not in the wealth or power one accumulated, but in the lives they had touched, the hearts they had lifted, and the hope they had inspired. As they bid farewell to the past and stepped boldly into the future, Amina and her family knew that the best was yet to come. For they carried with them the lessons of their journey, the importance of resilience in the face of adversity, the power of compassion to heal, and the boundless potential of the human spirit. And so, with hearts full of hope and determination, they set out on their next adventure, ready to embrace whatever challenges and opportunities lay ahead, for they knew that no matter what the future held, they would face it together, with love in their hearts and hope in their souls. And as they embarked on this new beginning, they knew that their journey was just beginning.
As we conclude our journey in finding home, a journey of compassion and action, let's carry forward the lessons of kindness and community. If you found this story inspiring, we kindly ask you to like and subscribe to Motivation Land channel for more uplifting content. Together, let's spread compassion and make a difference. Thank you for joining us on this remarkable journey. Goodbye!